Well, good afternoon. It's Sunday the 19th of April and we've been in lockdown, if you can call it lockdown, in Sydney for over 3 weeks. I thought today we'd just give a brief update of what's happening in Sydney, in Australia. There's nothing more than just a record for the YouTube channel. Just see how it's going. When I last looked, Australia had about 6,600 cases of the 6,600 cases of the coronavirus, and unfortunately 70 people have died. So I know a lot of places in the world are in total lockdown, but in Australia the measures are limited, but we couldn't exactly say they're harsh. So the rule is basically you're allowed to go out to do exercise, which is what we're doing. So we're just going to walk around our neighbourhood. Besides that, you can only go out for essential travel, like to go to the shops. So in Australia, all the states have limited travel, so you can't actually go between states, and they've advised you not to even actually travel out of your local area. The social distancing regulations, you're only allowed to just be in your family groups for a maximum of 2, and basically the circumstances are moving. I don't know if you just missed it. There was a train has just gone by. So public transport is still running, although it's usually used by people going to work. So most of the essential services like hospitals and shopping centres are still open, although shopping centres are only limited usually to supermarkets and a few shops, because as you can imagine there's not a lot of business about people going to the shops. And they also don't encourage you to hang around the shops besides just getting what you need. The shops themselves, the supermarkets I should say, are basically limiting the number of people. So they've gone for the social distancing, lining up to get in, and limiting the number of people within the shops. What you do find is, when it all started a few weeks ago, everyone went crazy with the toilet paper, and sure enough that still happened, although in the last 4 weeks I think we've been into the shops and there's been toilet paper about 3 or 4 times, so it's not absolutely empty, but you do pick your times to find it. Things like pasta sauce, it's very limited, although if you're a gluten-free person, the pasta sauce you can still find it. Other things to be limited include sanitizer, rice, what else? It was soap in the beginning, but you can find it now. So it's not too bad. Of course in Australia we've never had a culture of masks, and you basically find limited places that have masks, although when you do go out you do see about 10%, 20% of people with masks. I did see some in a shop and it was $3 Australian each. And then I saw an ad online where There's 100 masks for $65. But I heard overseas, when masks were selling normally, that's a very expensive price. And I think I saw half a litre of sanitizer for about $45 Australian. Not normally purchasing that item. I don't know exactly how much the price is. So Australian way of life is a lot different. Certainly we don't have the shutdowns that other people have, although restaurants, cafes, pubs are all closed. So people aren't going out, so are staying indoors. We don't have the limitations on which day you can go shopping or of the like. Of course, Australia is a dispersed country, but Sydney itself is a very large populous metropolis, but certainly not like New York or Tokyo. We live in suburbia, so as you can see, there are a few people around, but not a lot of people around. We're just walking past the community centre. And there's the Scout Hall. And this is the back end of a station. Here we are at the local railway station, and on the platform is one person waiting for a train. It is Sunday afternoon, so not likely to see too many people. There's a beautiful sunset, although with the trees and shops you can't exactly see it. As you can see, people are still on the move. Other places to still be open are like other places that are still open include, garages to car repairs, petrol stations, the bottle shop here, pharmacies are open. Some hairdressers are open, although with the distancing law, some hairdressers have closed down. The New South Wales government has announced that schools will be face-to-face from week 3. So currently the schools are in the second week of holidays, and then there'll be another 2 weeks of online learning, and then they hope to be back in week 3. A lot of businesses, if they can work from home, people are still working from home, although there are some people who do go to work and people can't work from home. So this online conference software is certainly making a boom. There we go, to the left hand side you can see local trains just turned up. People cycling, so people out and about doing their exercise, and there's plenty of cars on the road, so it's not a total shutdown here in Sydney. They are talking about how to bring back the start of sport, as in the professional sports. We don't know what the outcome of that is. The NRL, which is the rugby league, are looking to start back in the end of May, but we'll see with that. Our local soccer, we were due to start soccer on April the 4th. Of course that went out the door, and it was revised to the start of May, and now they've revised it to the end of May, so we may not get much of a football season in this season. I'll leave you today with a view of the highway and the pedestrian traffic as people walk around, and maybe we'll give another update in a few days' time. Bye for now. Hope everyone's keeping safe around the world.